here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. It's sold out because it is always sold out here at Cameron Indoor Stadium, and you can hear how lively the crazies are.
He got on the bench.
Chris, thank you. Just terrible news for Carolina. And again, all of that happening in the last 48 hours. So Caleb Malik Brown getting the start tonight for Duke, not Patrick Gungba II. Cameron Boozer, the offensive rebound, and up in it. Game winner that shook the Dean Dome to its core a month ago. Luka Bogovac wide open and knocks down a three.
Bogovac coming off.
I'm in here and one. Here's Boozer driving baseline on Stevenson. Brown the kick. Sarr the corner three. And Stevenson holds up in the game in Chapel Hill after being a non-factor in the first half. Nice look inside. Stevenson. And it rolls off. Scoop no good. But Sarr the rebound. Malik Brown will hoist it in and out. And it's Carolina ball.
Seth Trimble. Three-pointer with 0.4 seconds left, but Carolina needs to get on the glass. Duke is getting offensive rebound opportunities.
Beat Virginia.
He was in early pregame warm-ups, but not in the layup line. So not playing right now.
Brown will lay it in, and yeah, that's not one we talk about very much, as Brown misses the free throw. So again, if season, the freshman had some really good moments late in the game in the win over Duke last month. Trimble the spin and the fadeaway and knocks it home.
Boy, so good in the
boy. Hubert Davis spoke so fondly of Trimble to us before the game. Guys who stay at one school for 4 years, you don't see that very often anymore. The double on Boozer, the kick, the extra pass. Evans for three.
Cameron Boozer is an excellent passer. He leads this Duke team in assists, and when that double comes, great play by Vesar.
Big guy.
Beautifully done. But Boozer, you bring that double at him, you better bring it quick.
There it is again. He finds the open man again, and Brown is off to
Trimble in the middle of the floor. That's just too tough.
Brown's got 6 already, having to deal with Vesar at this end, and Vesar just too big as he scores over Brown.
Got to defend the paint, and they have to rebound at a really high level. If they don't rebound, they can't get into their transition game.
Look at the footwork from Cameron Boozer.
They decided to go
more from San Antonio. Did not play a single second in the first game in Chapel Hill, but with the injuries to Caleb Wilson, he has become a major.
Caught it on the run and was able to get an easy layup on the other side of the bucket.
The Blue Devils have hit their last 5 from the field, make it 6. Foster.
His decision making has been excellent. The last 5 games, he's got 23 assists, 2 turnovers.
Boy, Trimble is off to a hot start tonight as well. Offensively, Duke is the #1 team in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency per KenPom. Up top, what a feed from He is so good when he gets going. Thought he was fouled, no call, and here's Sarr at the other end. Might have gotten away with a walk here at Cameron.
Yeah, 1,000 more wins and John Shire catches him.
He's right on his heels. Trimble aggressive. Won't go down. A great play anticipating the lob by Brown.
What a special defender Malik Brown is. Great pass.
Harris to Caden Boozer for the 3.
They can get out in transition, and you have to have transition to score in this game. You're not going to be able to grind it out the whole game in half court.
Zayden High called for a foul. Starting tonight, Patrick Gungba II has yet to play in the game. Was listed as questionable, but yet either.
Makes rotations a little bit more difficult, but Malik Brown defensively, you're not.
That was the part of the ball that he wasn't happy with in their last meetings, and got to keep them out of the paint. On the other end, he said, don't panic, make simple, easy passes.
Brown and Cameron Boozer, the 5 of the game right now for the Blue Devils. Here comes Harris, who has been very productive in recent games, and smart. We've got more college basketball action coming your way after this. Cougars are really struggling. They have lost 8 of 11. And when you think about Caleb Wilson in
college basketball,
and you've been in as many shoot around more in practices than I have, every opposing coach tells their players that don't play around with it when Bogavats thinking about getting it into Vesar. He can't. Now trying to drive on Caden Boozer. Step back. Didn't draw tonight. Harris, no. And Bogavats comes down with it for the Tar Heels. Slings a pass inside for Stevens. Pound on a per-minute basis. One of the very best defenders in the nation. Vesar, Stevenson, and a much-needed bucket for Carolina.
Boy, terrific jobs. Stevenson
switches on to Foster. Foster driving. Blocked by Vesar.
Well, Caleb Foster went right.
0.4 on the shot clock. The lob. Brown the kick. Hemenya with an air ball, and it's Carolina ball. 4 into the game for the Tar Heels. Vesar swings it to Young, who misses a 3, and Vesar held by Batter, who's at the top of the heap and who may not be having their best season. You just never know what's going to happen in this game.
Well, right now, Duke is
37 times his last 3 games. Tomorrow morning on begins at 1 Eastern, followed by the SEC, and then it finishes up with the Phillips 66 Big 12.
and decide you're going to make a decision in the air, you're going to have a problem.
Boozer swings it to Sar. Shot fake and a baseline jam.
Advantage of it.
Trimble tries to turn the corner. Dixon is wide open, and a much-needed 3 for the visitors.
Boy, Derek Dixon hit some.
And the rebound down to Stevenson.
Boy, what a block out by Trimble on Cameron Boozer.
Vesar gets around Hemenya and lays it in. Duke's got 8 more field goal attempts than Carolina. One reason is turnovers as they force another one.
And guess who? It was Malik Brown.
Foster, he's everywhere defensively. Dixon for 3. And the Heels on the glass. Stevenson lays 4.5 to go first half. Carolina trying to stay within range. Caden Boozer with a shot clock at 4. Bowling his way in. Trimble to Vesar. He can shoot the 3. Fires a pass into Stevenson. Jump hook. And he'll shoot 2.
Locker room. He was able to walk under his own power, but had any issues. Did have a lot of issues putting.
Second right foot has not appeared in this game, and now Caleb Foster has gone to the locker room as well. But as Hubert Davis told us before the game tonight, it's part of his message to his team. You guys have won games without. Saw a shot fake and a kick. Boozer for 3. And Stevenson another rebound. He is bench with 2. Isaiah Evans is on the bench with 2. Patrick Gungba II isn't playing, and Caleb Foster's in the locker room. So Duke is
Close to 70% from 2.
The Arizona transfers had a great year. That one is knocked away by Dixon, and then a Duke foul. And 1-1 for Dixon as he makes the front end. Coming up, Reese Davis getting ready for the Jeep halftime report. Does the UConn loss today open? And Harris challenged by Vesar. Here come the Heels again.
Good pass.
Dixon hits it, and all of it.
School as a classmate of Michael Wilbon's wife, Cheryl Watkins Wilbon. She used to cheat off me.
Have you said that publicly before?
I just did.
Boozer driving into the chest of Vesar and just knocked him out of the way. 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Trimble's open. Trimble the 3. The follow by.
So it gives them an opportunity for an offensive rebound.
Boozer for 3. And over the backboard in the first half. Became a very thin group in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half. Dixon gets a clean look, and it is a 2-point game. Starts the second half for Duke. There is no sign of Caleb Foster. He did not come out of the locker room after halftime. Boozer, yes, up and in.
Continue to play with this thin lineup as the school's confirmed that Caleb Foster is out the remainder of this game with a right foot injury.
Chris, thank you. So tough in Boozer.
I'm not sure a step back 3 on Cameron Boozer is what Bogavats wants.
Cam Boozer looks off the defender and hits the. Bogavats swarm, has to get rid of it. Shot clock at 5. Dixon. Bogovats short on the 3. And a nice
Cameron Boozer again.
Evans got it.
On Stevenson. If Evans can get involved, he can score some buckets in this game.
Averaging better than 16 a game in conference play. A nice turnaround having Vesar. And it's Carolina ball.
Boy, Vesar does a good job of pressuring without fouling.
Trimble took a bump. Stevenson trying to get physical with Boozer. Fades away, too strong. Boozer the rebound. Shire went out of his way to mention Cam Boozer's defense yesterday at practice. Brown thought about it. Caden Boozer hits it.
No hesitation at all.
John Shire and this program have not skipped a beat.
Well, John Shire's done a remarkable job, and most importantly, he's done it his way. Boy, Malik Brown deflects a pass on the other end to get a steal, then an offensive rebound. He is everywhere in this game.
Dame Sarr, catch and shoot. Foul call, didn't get it. Bogovac stripped by Sarr. What a sequence for Dame. And now an offensive foul on Jaren Stevens. He's playing like this. Evans keeps it in bounds. Brown will try a 3. Trimble blocked by Evans.
Evans second on this team in blocks.
Amenya into the chest of for his first points of the night. Tonight we started at 8 Eastern, and they'll be back after the game to break it all down for you. As Amenya misses both, but guess who?
One in the post for Boozer.
With Vesar, the 7-footer. Getting as close as he can and finishing with the left.
Well, you talk about the office for the National Player of the Year.
Look at the outlet to Sarr. Whoa, big collision with Evans, and a foul is called before the Shire said, oh, we've had lots of conversations, and obviously it has sunk in. And again, as Shire said, Jay, maybe that has relaxed him a little bit at the offensive end. And Carolina has not scored in over 5 minutes. Powell into the paint, floats it up, no good. Carolina ball.
And had a spectacular season. I mean, he had 17 games of 20 points or more. He averaged right at 20, just under 10 rebounds per game.
Boozer has it taken away. High with a nice feed, and Trimble will get a bucket for the Heels. For the work, got it back. Missed again, got it back again, and finishes.
He's not going to miss 3 times. You give it.
Talked about being at games back to the mid-'80s, 86, 87, I think. The year after you graduated was his first time at a Duke game. Look at the footwork by Evans. And Brown keeps it alive. Duke 10 to shoot. The defensive Brown again, and a travel on Vesar.
Has not been able to get out in transition as Duke has been crashing the offensive glass. They are forcing them to stay, so they can't get first. They can't get the rebound, but they can't get out the run.
What a Vesar cannot get a shot off over Boozer. Bogovac's a floater, and it's Duke ball. Commanding lead.
Got the switch now. Bogovac's on Boozer. Now they switch back.
Boozer driving Stevenson. He got held, and will shoot a couple. So, Jay, 13 turnovers for Carolina.
Chapel Hill. They turned the ball over only 7 times.
And Boozer, and the rebound to Trimble. Nice bounce pass, and Jaden Young will lay it in.
Boy, one of the very few transition opportunity ball, and they've handled it well. Good pass.
Brown, good patience. Caden Boozer. And High the rebound. And in the after,
Caleb Foster with the injury suffered in this game. We don't know exactly what it is, but you don't like to see any players sitting on the bench with a boot.
Bill and Jay Lucas and Coral Gables.
Yeah, what do you do for ACC Coach of the Year? So many good candidates depending on how you define it.
Through the fingertips of Stevenson. Got to play Pitt 15. Not everybody goes. 3 teams don't go, but the action will be great in Charlotte, as it always is at the ACC tournament.
And if he goes one-on-one in the post, there aren't many players that are going to stop him or bother him.
High will bank in a 3.
Double team is too slow. I mean, Boozer's just able to pick that apart for an open 3.
Inside 3 minutes to go. Dixon will make a 3, and Hubert Davis will use top tier or teams that look like Final Four contenders.
Boy, Isaiah Evans, when he sets that back screen, and dominance on the glass.
Boozer driving around Young, draws a foul.
Yeah.
Trimble to Vessar, and a whistle away from the play. Inside 2 minutes to go. And a 3 for Dixon. He has been really impressive.
He's changed a lot of things by stepping into the starting lineup at the point. Got a screen away from the ball that brought him back to the ball. Boozer again.
Vessar from Dixon.
Looked like it was going to be
to Washington, D.C., where they've already played. Beat Michigan there. Boozer drives again, and this is over the side of the backboard. He wanted to off just about all of the remaining seconds. Every time you watch them, Jay, the defense is more and more impressive.
Duke has 2.
And Duke does get that measure of revenge for the loss in Chapel Hill in impressive fashion. Their 32nd consecutive way with 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. The big question again for after the game, Caleb Foster each with a foot in a boot. And we don't know the severity of either one of those injuries, but 2 very important players if this team is